Hello students. In previous class we discussed about various legal issues related to cloud computing. Now in today's class we are going to discuss service level agreements related to cloud security. Basically, a service level agreement is a part of service contract where a service is formally defined. Particular aspect of the service, scope, quality, responsibilities are agreed between the service provider and the service user. A common feature of a service level agreement, that is SLA, is a contracted delivery time of the service or performance. For example, ISP, Internet Service Provider, and telecommunication companies will commonly include service level agreement within the terms of their contracts with customer to define the level of service being sold in simple language terms. In this case, the SLA will typically have a technical definition in terms of mean time between failure, mean time to recovery, identifying which party is responsible for reporting faults or paying fees, responsibility for various data rates, throughput, jitter, or similar measurement details. In order to prepare or develop service level agreements, the service provider or the various actors of cloud computing services like cloud consumers, cloud service management, cloud brokers, cloud providers prepares the SLA document, which is an agreement between cloud provider and consumer. In the case of cloud computing, either two parties involved in SLA may be in pair of cloud provider, cloud and cloud consumer, cloud provider and cloud broker, or cloud broker and cloud consumers. SLAs are signed between two parties where one is paying for services, that is user or consumer, and the services are software as a services, platform as a services, and infrastructure as a services, and another is providing services equivalent to fees being paid by the consumers. This SLA can be legally binding, formal or an informal contract. Basically, SLAs can be defined as expectations among two parties regarding the service quality, priorities, and responsibilities in written and accepted by both parties with legal awareness. SLA provides guidance to decision makers on what to expect and what to be aware of as they evaluate and compare end user SLAs from cloud computing providers. These SLAs are interconnected and interdependent on each other. For example, the CSP has SLAs with vendors, brokers, various enterprise data centers where the data is going to be stored, the network service providers, content providers, and the end users. And the confidentiality, integrity, availability features are assured in these SLAs to the customers. Basically, an SLA is not a one-way solution. One party like CSP or service provider cannot impose decision about how things should be done, particularly when the other party like consumers has different expectations and being paying fees for business interest. Now, how to develop a service level agreement in the process of developing SLAs. When both parties agree on the standard way of using terminologies while negotiating SLAs, they can contribute to process of SLA formulations and standardization. A general practice for formulation and standardization of SLAs follow these steps. First, identify the cloud actors. Who are the actors of the clouds? Like cloud service providers, cloud consumers, cloud service management, and cloud brokers. The second step is to evaluate business level policies. Third one is to understand the various services provided by the cloud, like software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Next step is how to evaluate the performance of the cloud services and various cloud matrices, for example, delivery matrices, defining the key security requirements and solutions, as we know that the data of customer is very important and it is stored in very different geographical locations in various data centers, then which type of cloud security mechanism is going to be implemented for securing the data should be mentioned in the SLA agreements. Next is identify the service management requirements, then prepare management for service failures and recovery. Means what will be the uptime, means that average time service is on, and the acceptable downtime, that is average acceptable time taken in maintenance while service is off, is also to be considered in SLA. While considering SLAs in cloud computing, SLAs between cloud vendor and individual consumers, these SLAs may seem less significant because individual client does not give much time for negotiating SLAs. Cloud vendors have predefined fixed format of contracts and term conditions on which an individual consumer have to sign up for cloud services. But it is important to put focus on SLAs for guaranteed service satisfaction. While in the case of free service provided on trial basis, SLAs not guarantee performance criteria but still provide best possible standards according to company's policies, considering reputation of its business process in market. SLAs are also categorized at different levels, like customer based SLA. It is an agreement with an individual customer or a group covering all services they use. Next one is service based SLA. It is an agreement with all customers using the service being delivered similar to the service provider. Next is multi-level SLAs. The SLA is split into different levels, each addressing the different set of customers for the same service in the same SLA. For example, the corporate level SLA, customer level SLAs, and service level XLAs. Here, there are some metrics helpful in measurement of service delivery in quantity and quality aspects, like elasticity, that is the scalability of the services, throughput, response times, uptime, downtime, etc. For example, we can take an example of IT service management companies, help desk, call center, which is outsourced for getting telecommunication services. And common metrics are abandonment time, percentage of calls abandoned while waiting to be answered, like ASA, average speed to answer, TSF, time service factor, that is percentage of calls average percentage of calls answered within time framework. FCR, that is the first call resolution, percentage of calls resolved in first call. Turnaround time, TAT, it is time taken in completing a certain task. MTTR, that is the mean time to recover. Uptime, that is average time service is on. And downtime, the average acceptable time taken in maintenance while service is off. In today's class, we discuss about what is the service level agreements, what are the various process of developing SLAs, and the cloud matrices, common matrices used in cloud measurement.